org, and it is time on Good Things for Tasty Tuesday. It is brought to you by PrimeShrimp.com. That's PRIME shrimp.com. It is your one-stop shop for pre-seasoned, easy-to-cook shrimp. The best part, it is delivered straight to your door, and then it goes straight into the freezer for when your family is ready to enjoy. And you can use code GoodThings, all spelled out, one word. It was two words, but makes one into one, for $20 off your first order. So that is PrimeShrimp.com. And you want to make sure you use it. And they just dropped their fourth flavor, which is the garlic, herb, and butter. So now they've got the signature, they've got the Alfredo, they've got the garlic, herb, and butter. And Ryno, your favorite, they've got the New Orleans.
Louisiana shrimp boil.
Louisiana shrimp boil. I always see New Orleans. I can't put the word Louisiana in there whenever I think of it. That's also versatile. But they claim that this one is their most versatile offering yet. I'd go to toe-to-toe with that over the signature one because I got a recipe for you that. But I will take it. And it's shrimp and garlic butter sauce. You can pour it over pasta. You can pour it over rice, over veggies. You can serve up some shrimp scampi or surf and turf atop a steak. That would be absolutely delicious. If you're looking over at SuperTalkTV.com, you'll see what it looks like in the package, the garlic, herb, and butter. And with the Alfredo and the garlic butter, you get a meal inside the pouch. So you get the sauce along with the protein. All you have to do is boil it 4 to 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, and then you cut it open, and then you pour it over whatever it is you're going to serve it, and enjoy. I mean, it really is that simple. But I have fallen in love, although I do love the Alfredo, I'm going to try the garlic butter. But the signature one just gives you an opportunity to be a little bit more versatile, which is what you used last week, Ryno, for the taste that I did of the little rice thingy, or you used the Louisiana one.
I used the Louisiana shrimp bowl.
You could have used the signature one.
Oh, yeah. Either one would have worked perfectly well.
All right. So if you're over at supertalktv.com, or maybe you've seen it, I've already posted it on social media, I made our dinner earlier today, so I wouldn't be late for you guys for Tasty Tuesday. I'm trying, guys. I really am. And I cheated just a little bit by using one of the pre-mix boxes, which it's sad that it feels like cheating because oftentimes as a dietitian or just someone who, puts good health as a priority, you have been taught that if it's not cooked from scratch, then it's not, good for you. Now, you could argue all day long that something cooked from scratch or completely sodium-free may check boxes in terms of healthier than, getting something pre-seasoned or in a box. But I would argue that that it's minimal in terms of nutritional difference, and as long as you don't have an allergy or some other sort of medical reason, then it's okay to use something that's convenient every now and then, right? Unless you choked on it or you're allergic to it. No one's ever died because a meal was a little bit more convenient. And when we utilize these convenient foods or things that are further along the way in the preparation process, you're more likely to, one, add variety to your family's menu every week. Because let's be honest, we eat the same 5 things all week, usually, maybe one wild card in there. And that's probably because it's takeout. We don't really expand past. And if you do, then you get burned out because you feel like you're always having to try new things from scratch. So I always like to keep some of those ready-to-make meals, just add the protein in our pantry for an easy weeknight. And one of our favorites is like red beans and rice or dirty rice or the yellow rice. You can get the Spanish rice, too, that comes in all the different flavors. Now, I have up there the Louisiana brand. No connection to that whatsoever. You can do Zatarans. You could do I'm sure there's a Mississippi-based company that I've overlooked for that. The thing is, you just find what your family likes. And if you do have health concerns, many of these brands now do come in gluten-free, lower sodium, whatever it may be. And it takes all the guesswork. You don't have to measure anything. You just boil water, you throw it in. And what have we learned here on Good Things, Ryno? We don't the rice?
Stir it.
We don't stir the rice. You let it do its thing until the end. And meanwhile, while that was boiling, my red beans and rice from a box, I feel somebody gasped right now. If you would like to make your red beans and rice from scratch on a weeknight, you go right ahead. But sometimes it's just easier this way. While that was going, I just boiled another pot of water. I threw in the signature shrimp in the pouch. I let it cook for its 4 minutes. And then I added it to the red beans and rice mixture. And because my husband is my husband, he was like, you can't have red beans and rice without sausage. So I did added deer sausage. I cooked up linked deer sausage cut like you would expect to be in red beans and rice. So the shrimp is the unexpected part here, right? It's that opportunity to use prime shrimp in a unique place. You just toss that shrimp in there. More than likely, you're never going to have that on a weeknight. That elevates your weeknight meal already. And you could leave the sausage out. Like if you want to make it lower in fat, a little bit more lean, or just to your tasting, when you get your prime shrimp pouches, there's 2 pouches in the big pouch, like it comes. So it's 2 servings in 1 pouch.
Correct.
But I would say if you wanted to leave out in this particular recipe or menu idea or meal idea, you could leave out the sausage and you could go full throttle with both pouches of shrimp if you really wanted, that to have a little bit more of a
Seafood red beans and rice.
seafood red beans and rice. Absolutely, you could. I mean, you could get away with 1 pouch and no sausage. You're just going to eat a lot more rice and beans. I mean, and that's fine too, depending on what it is that you want. And my husband came in, had the house smelling well. He was like, oh, a treat for lunch. I was like, yes, this is your dinner for lunch because I've got to get it in time for my GoodThings friends. And so anyway, it turned out great. Completely finished within 30 minutes. You know it's going to taste good because you utilized the opportunity of the pre-measured, pre-seasoned everything. And it was a neat to have shrimp on a Tuesday where you normally wouldn't have taken the time. I know I wouldn't have taken the time to prepare shrimp to add to red beans and rice on a Tuesday afternoon. So that's it. If you want to find it, you can find it over at SuperTalk.fm. Ryno has it up there. You can also find it on social media, but it's just simple. Like that took nothing but grabbing some things out of the freezer and off the shelf, and really all I did was boil water. Well, I guess I browned the sausage just a little bit before I started in, but I mean anybody can do that.
Yeah, how hard is that?
Yeah.
I'm excited about the garlic herb and butter because as versatile as the other flavors have been, garlic seems to be even more versatile in my culinary experiments. So, yeah, I'm excited to try that one and give it all kinds of fusions around the world with different cooking.
I just like the fact that it's already done, kind of like the Alfredo, and you just put it over rice or you just put it over your pasta or whatever it may be. I
bet it would be incredible on a salad.
Yeah, I'm in that moment in life where, like, you got to make it simple. Let's not complicate dinner. I just don't have time for it every now and then. But for the most part, crock pot, boil it, stir it. That's about, make it as easy for me as possible without losing the integrity of the actual meal. You do have to have a level of that you want the flavor as well as the quality of the food to deem it healthy. but I mean, it's there. There's so many workarounds with that for sure. Absolutely for sure. Now, have you cooked up? I saw you cook up waffles. What was the waffle thing all about?
Oh yeah, I had nanner waffles on Sunday, and that was just in the course of getting ready to move. I have a deep freeze, a chest freezer that I need to pretty much get as much out of there as I can so that I can then transfer the rest to the freezer at the new place and defrost that so the movers can move it for me, because if you remember, it doesn't fit in my car, and that was a whole different story. But so yeah, that's on the movers list, so I need to get that taken care of. So Sunday I'm looking in there and I go, oh, I got a box of waffles in here I need to eat up. I got some bananas that are gonna get too ripe on me if I don't use them. So nanner waffles, and they're delicious. All you got to do is do your waffles in your toaster or toaster oven the way you normally would. Slice up a couple bananas, whatever thickness you want, but put enough on there to where you can get a banana per bite, and then top it with maple syrup just like you normally would. Oh, it's amazing. You're
missing the peanut butter. You missed an entire opportunity to take that to the stratosphere of amazingness. I don't know if that's correct.
I feel like that would be more of a dessert waffle than a breakfast waffle.
Says the guy who wants something nothing but sugary. Where's the anchor in that meal, Ryno? You got carb, carb, carb. Put a little...
Happy people eat carbs.
All you needed was a thin layer of peanut butter between the waffle and the banana, and then you drizzle it. Because if the waffle's warm, then the peanut butter melts. But I wouldn't have said no to the way you did it either. Next time, I'll just make sure you have some peanut butter. Alrighty, don't forget primeshrimp.com, Prime shrimp.com. Use GoodThings, all spelled out, for $20 off your first order, and stick with us. We got more for you up next.